Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are, and welcome to NerdTube, and welcome to This Week in Football. Sorry we didn't have a show last week for you, but we were a little bit fatigued, and we're back on the roster now, talking about This Week in Football, and have we got some stuff to talk about this week. I, Zam, am an Arsenal fan. My co-host Gary is a Man United fan. How you doing, Gary?
I'm doing all right.
All right. So before we start talking about this week in the Premier League, let's quickly talk about what happened earlier this week in the Champions League. So I'm just going to bring this up for us. Let me quickly screen share in the Champions League. So we had some interesting results. Malmo 0, Chelsea 1. I think everyone expected that one. Wolfsburg versus RB Salzburg. That could go either way, but Wolfsburg won 2-1. Villarreal beating Young Boys seemed like an obvious result, 2-0. And also, by the way, Unai Emery, who was connected to Newcastle to be the new Newcastle manager, decided not to take it. I think because it was something to do with the contract regarding if Newcastle got relegated. He might have been released or something like that. Anyway, Juventus 4, Zenit St. Petersburg 2. Credit to Zenit to score 2 goals past Juventus, but Juventus banged in 4. Bayern Munich 5, Benfica 2. Credit to Benfica to score 2 goals against Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich scored 5. Sevilla 1, Lille 2. That's a good result for Lille, in my opinion. Sevilla is a decent Spanish outfit. Now, the once mighty, and I say once mighty Barcelona, because honestly, they're only mighty by name now. I think they're a really shit team. 1, Dynamo Kiev 0. I'm going to get onto your team in a second, but I want to get to that one last. Real Madrid 2, Shakhtar Donetsk 1. Milan 1, Porto 1. Great result for Porto away from home. Sporting for Besiktas 0. Dortmund. This is an interesting result. Dortmund 1 at home. Sorry, 1-0. 1-3-1. Let me start this again. Dortmund 1, Ajax 3. Ajax beating Dortmund 3-1 away from home. Great result for Ajax, and they've basically done the double over Dortmund. Sheriff 1, Inter Milan 3. Liverpool 2, Atletico Madrid 0. Another great result for Liverpool. I mean, this was the biggest match of the day, and they seem to have turned over Atletico Madrid on both occasions. Manchester City 4, Club Brugge 1. No surprise there. RB Leipzig 2, PSG 2. We'll go back up to your team, mate. Atalanta at home, Man United away. And look who saves you again. Look who does it again. Cristiano fucking Ronaldo. I mean, this guy, man, he is a magician. He is fucking everything you could ask for in a savior as a footballer. He just keeps doing it, dude. He just keeps fucking bailing you out every fucking time. Where would you be without this guy this season? Honestly, it's hard to know. Because without Ronaldo, I don't even know if you'd be
I don't even know
anything.
what his. I don't even know what like his goal return this season's been for us. I mean, if you calculate between this, the Champions League, and the Premier League, since he's returned, I'm not even sure what his goal. I'm trying to remember some way to do it. There must be like. Let me have a look.
He's played 11 games. He scored 9 goals. Now I think he's played now after Manchester City. He's 12 games, 9 goals, 2 assists, and he couldn't save you against the Manchester City team. Like the guy's running out of save points. You know what I mean? But yeah, 12 games, 9 goals. Like, what the fuck? That's great. That's a great return for a 36-year-old player. One of the best in the world. One of the greatest of all fucking time.
Yeah, he is. I mean, the thing is, it's like it's just a shame that he's in a really, really bad United team.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, like, your team is pretty good, in my opinion. I think you've got a couple of weak points here and there. But like you're not that shit. I mean, you've got some decent players here and there. I think Bruno Fernandes being one of them. Obviously Cristiano Ronaldo. I would say Luke Shaw's a decent player. You got Rafael Varane. He's a decent player. Like I think you're lacking maybe like another creative player here or there. You got Rashford, you got Greenwood. I think your defensive midfield spot is a problem. It does look like teams do walk through the middle of you, but you're not that bad, if you know what I mean. So what is it? Like, is it the manager? Because a lot of people were saying it's the manager.
It's all. Well, the thing is, it's like you look at, for example, who he plays. It's the same team all the fucking time, and it's the same players all the fucking time. And the thing is, we've got a £75 million player sitting on the fucking bench, and that's Jadon Sancho. And every time he comes up, they think they want him to do that impact player. Now, the thing is, I'm sorry, I do not want to play £75 million for an impact player. I want to play £75 million for a guy who's going to start for us, and he's going to impact the game from the start. Because the thing is, the guy's rapid pace. Oh. He's great with control of the ball. He's great at getting the ball into areas where he can do something dangerous with it. Let him do that. Play him on the right wing where he wants to play. Because who's our right winger at the moment? It's not Ronaldo. He's our forward. It's somebody else, and that somebody else isn't as good as him.
It's like you're playing five at the back with wing backs. That's how it feels. It feels like Wan-Bissaka's like the closest thing you got to a right winger.
Yeah, and the thing is, Jadon Sancho's better than him.
And Jadon Sancho gets played on the fucking left.
Exactly, he's a right winger.
He's a right winger. He's not a new school right winger in the sense that he's inverted. He's better off playing old school, where he's a right footer on the right hand side who whips in crosses. He's got skill on him as well. Yeah, he can run at people. Don't say that he can't do that.
Plus, he's rapid. He can get behind people. Like he's the sort of guy like Giggsy used to be back in the day. Where he can get in behind people.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is that we've got Van der Beek or whatever we bought him, and he's on the bloody bench for reasons that I've not figured out. And everybody
gets used.
And he's getting pissed off. He's saying, like, why am I being sat on the bench? Because, again, you don't understand, like, if he's been playing badly, but he's been playing pretty decently for us. So he's just making those decisions that make you go, what in the actual, literally that.
No, I agree.
And the thing is that, like, you looked at that. I mean, there was actually I don't know if you can find this, but there's actually, like, on Twitter, there was like a first game average position from the derby yesterday. I don't know if you can find this. I'll see if I can find it, and I'll send it to you. Give me 1 second, if that's all right.
Yeah, no problem.
But it looked like let's see if I can Google it. 1 second. Man United average first half.
It's still like.
Here we go. I should be on here now. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So this is from yesterday. This is from Football Joe. I'm going to post this. I will post this to you. But look at this.
Yeah, press share screen and share it on.
Share screen. 1 second.
No, I'll add it from here.
See if we can do it. 1 second.
Oh. If not, then just send it to me through Messenger and I'll post it.
Give it a sec. See if that comes up.
No, I haven't. I can't see anything.
The computer's just decided to have a fit now. Because of that.
Okay, fair enough. Just send it to me on Messenger and I'll post it.
I'll see what I can do. 1 second.
There's nobody else. Hey, get in City. Yeah. We're going to be getting to that in a second. Okay, you sent it to me in private chat. Okay, 1 second. Let me just open a new tab. Okay, let me just quickly share this. 1 second. Football Joe. Okay, this is Man United's average position in the first half. Unfortunately for them, they're competing in the Premier League and not the Six Nations. That is brilliant. That is brilliant. Look at you. Oh my God. Look at everyone is behind the fucking line. The halfway line, apart from and Ronaldo's pretty much on the line. More of Ronaldo on average is behind the line than he is in front of it. Yeah, that number 7, like a bigger chunk of that circle is behind the line than in front of it. It's ridiculous. Way too defensive. You are asking your opponents to come onto you all the fucking time. Yeah, Norwich did win for a photo. Yeah. And a flyer half, yeah. Sorry, what happened there?
Sorry, when I tried to say it, by saying Bronzer went into fits. Anyway,
No problem.
But yeah, have you seen that? That's ridiculous. That looks like I think Dave said it looks like the starting 11 for a bloody Six Nations match, not flaming for a football match.
Someone sent this to Roy Keane. There's a back three, but I don't know about the rest. 6 defensively minded players there. Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking that too. Like, you've got so many defensive players out there. It's ridiculous, including the goalkeeper. That's 7. It's ridiculous.
So we've got Fred.
We've got 1, 2.
We've got 1, 2, 3. There's our defenders. Then
9 players. Nine defensive players. I remember the team.
Luke Shaw's a defensive player.
Luke Shaw is a left back. He's a defensive player, dude.
I know that. I mean, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he's a defender.
Yeah, he's a defender
what
too.
The fuck is that? What kind of flaming setup is that? See, I wouldn't mind if we had a go and we got our ass handed to us. That I wouldn't mind. But playing like that, you don't get your ass beat because you're telling one of the best teams in, if not the world, but definitely in the country, to come onto you and to keep on attacking you. Because the thing is, again, what have they got to be afraid of? What is the counter-attack? What's the counter-attack? Because I mean, like when Arsenal were dominant, what's the one thing that people were afraid of with them? Their counter-attack. Because you had Omri, Overmars, Perez, Anelka,
we played Wenger ball and passed it around with ease, Exactly. Wenger was never known for having good defensive players. But look, I just want to quickly read some of the stuff here. Nobody wants to even attack. There's so much fear for a counter while they play the old 1-2-5-1-1 formation. Just get De Gea out from there. Sign a £75 million left winger, or he's a right winger actually. And then you have an £80 million centre back play there. That's 3D chess level mind games. United have been squeezed on the pitch, not their regular games. Oh, look, they're talking more about what we're looking at now is what happened during the course of the Manchester City game. But I want to just quickly stick to Champions League, but we kind of spoke pretty much everything about it. So let's quickly go on to the Europa League. Let me quickly stop this. There were some Europa League games as well. And we'll jump into the juicy stuff of the Premier League. My nose is itching like a fucker today. All right. So over Thursday we had Galatasaray versus Lokomotiv Moscow 1-1. Real Sociedad versus Sturm Graz 1-1. Genk versus West Ham. I would say, away from home, it's an okay result for West Ham. But considering West Ham are playing so amazing right now, you would argue there's an argument for saying that West Ham should have done better. Brøndby versus Rangers 1-1. Lyon versus Sparta Prague 3-0. It's a decent result for Lyon. They are a very good French team, not to be underestimated. Napoli versus Legia Warsaw. This was away from home for Napoli, 4-1. Back to winning away for Napoli. Olympiacos versus Eintracht Frankfurt, 2-1. That would make Chris happy, my mate Photo Sportive, happy because that's his favourite team. Monaco versus PSV, 0-0. Surprising, really, because that looks like a juicy match, and you expect a little bit more from that. Leicester City versus Spartak Moscow, 1-1. I expected better from Leicester as they're playing at home. Braga versus Ludogorets, 4-2.
I try to see if there's any really surprises, to be honest with you. Maybe Celtic beating Ferencváros could be.
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
No.
I don't know how good Ferencváros is. Ayvat, are they from Turkey? I'm sure they're from Turkey.
I would say Antwerp. Antwerp's a decent Belgium team, losing to Fenerbahce 3-0. There's an argument there, but Leverkusen beating Bayern Real Betis 4-0. I mean, that's a bit of a shock. Real Betis is a decent Spanish outfit. And Leverkusen are okay, but to beat them 4-0, I mean, I'm not saying Leverkusen can't beat Real Betis, but by 4-0, that's a decent result. Dynamo Zagreb, hey birds, stop making so much noise. Dynamo Zagreb beating Vapor Vienna 3-1. This team I can't mention versus another team I can't mention, 1-0, and Marseille versus Lazio 2-2. No real shocks, in my opinion. There are some results which should have been better. Like some of the shocks I would look at are the draws. Like West Ham are just doing so well, and we're going to talk about them in a minute in further detail regarding the Premier League. You would expect them to do better here, and Leicester City as well. Even though we beat them last week, Arsenal, that is, they have picked up ever since they beat you guys. The previous week, or the previous 2 weeks. So I'm expecting a little bit more from Leicester. Spartak Moscow are a recognized name, but Leicester City are a better team. So I expect a bit more from them. But other than that, no, not much. Anyway, let's move on from all of this bollocks. We want to talk Premier fucking League now. So let me just get this out of the way. Premier League table. Let's get the table. Let's get the matches out first. Southampton 1, Aston Villa 0. That's a shock, as far as I'm concerned. Aston Villa have hit a bit of slump in form recently. Haven't done too well. Man United 0, Manchester City 2. We'll talk about more of that in a minute. Chelsea 1, Burnley 1. This is a shock. Burnley equalising late in this match. I mean, Chelsea had some chances to really put it away. And then Burnley coming back. And Burnley are shit. Burnley are really fucking shit. Let's not forget that. Chelsea should have destroyed them, and they didn't. Crystal Palace 2, Wolves 0. Happy for Patrick Vieira. Crystal Palace seems to be having an okay season. A good season by their standards. Okay by everyone else's. Here's another shock, in my opinion. Two teams that were playing against each other last season in the Championship. Norwich City seem to always do well in the Championship, but Brentford have been doing very well in the Premier League. And you would have put money on Brentford beating Norwich City, regardless of them two playing each other in the Championship last season. I don't know who won their two ties last season in the Championship, but I would have put money on Brentford beating Norwich, especially at home. So that's a shock, but well done, Norwich, for getting their first 3 points of the season. You're still going down. Brighton 1, Newcastle 1. I don't think Newcastle have won a match either, or have they? I'm not sure. We'll have a look at the table in a second. And Newcastle needs some fucking wins, man. They need it quick, or they're going to be like the richest club in the fucking Championship. Everton 0, Tottenham 0. Antonio Conte back, but this was a bland game. Rafa Benitez will probably take that, considering they were down to 10 men. But Antonio Conte, he needs to start working his magic. Leeds 1, Leicester City 1. I would say Leicester City would be unhappy with this. Even though they're away from home, they are the better team. And I saw this game earlier today. Arsenal 1, Watford 0. We weren't that good, to be honest. And there was there's an offside, by the way, in this game that people just don't understand. Yeah, like because the last, look, I like to explain offside like this. Yeah, because some people explain it differently. I think it gets a bit confusing. But this is my version of explaining offside. If you're the attacking player and you're in front of 10 of the opposing players, yeah, and you get past the ball, you're offside. It doesn't matter if one of the 10 opposing players is the goalkeeper. If you have passed the ball to you, if the ball's been passed to you and you're in front of 10 of the opposing players, you are offside. And in that game, the 10th, basically the person in the goalkeeping area was the defender. The goalkeeper was out of the area, out of his area, so to speak. And the ball was passed to Saka when he was in front of 10 of the opposing players, including the goalkeeper. So he's offside. He's fucking offside. And I'm having to explain this on Twitter to a whole bunch of fucking idiots who don't understand the goddamn offside rule. Yeah, how the hell can dirty Dingles get a point at Chelsea? I don't know, but anything's possible in football. But this, for me, this next one is the result of the week. And it happened to be the last game played of the week. West Ham versus Liverpool. What a match, by the way. What a fucking match. I'll give Liverpool one thing, yeah. Whether they win, lose, or draw, their matches are quite entertaining. And this was a great game, and I'm very happy they fucking lost this match. Fuck Liverpool. Honestly, they're getting, like Chelsea as well. Fuck Chelsea. And fuck Liverpool. And I'm really fucking happy that they're not running away with it the way Chelsea are kind of currently running away with it. And I'm happy now that Liverpool lost this game. Bit of humbling. No invincibles for you this season. You're in fourth in the fucking league, just a few points ahead of us. Yeah, fuck Liverpool. I mean, honestly, fuck Liverpool. I'm happy they beat you guys to a degree, but I can't stand Liverpool fans. I really can't. I fucking despise Liverpool fans with their all right. I just can't stand them. I fucking despise them, and I'm really happy that they're probably crying knowing that their team fucking lost. So fuck them. But yes, let's have a quick look at the table. Look at Chelsea.
Three points ahead of City.
City have come back, by the way. City had a bit of a blip by their standards. They've come back. But look at West Ham. Oh my God.
They're doing pretty well for themselves.
They're doing better than pretty well, man. They're
tied with City.
Yeah, the only thing is with West Ham is that look at their goals against. Like, you look at Chelsea, only 4 goals conceded. That's one hell of a defense. Look at Man City, only 6 goals defeated in 11 games. That's one hell of a defense as well.
Did you see a couple of weeks ago where Scholes said that Chelsea defense is shit?
Yeah, Scholes is a fucking idiot. I mean, that guy he's been chewing too many fucking toenails. That's what he's been doing. It's fucking making him not think straight. But West Ham have conceded 13 goals in 11 games, which is quite a lot. And Virgil van Dijk, who's supposed to be the greatest defender in the world, well, he's part of a defense that's conceded 11 goals in 11 games, which is quite a lot. Now, Arsenal did ship in 5 goals against Manchester City. When we lost to them, we shipped.
But look, United, 19 goals scored and 17 conceded. That is ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. And David De Gea has been your like the best defender in your team, and he's the goalkeeper. I mean, honestly, he was your best player against Manchester City the other day.
I mean, you compare that to the rest of that league, where it goes 4, 6, 13, 11, 13, 7. Even Brighton's doing better than we are.
Brighton are going for a bit of a blip at the moment because look at their last 5 matches. They haven't won in ages. Sorry, my nose is itching like crazy. And they've had a loss in amongst those results as well. Lots of draws. So it's not too bad, but in the last 5 games they would probably like to have a win. Wolves out of nowhere have come 8th. I thought Wolves were doing shit this season. And they did lose their most recent game. Tottenham are now 9th, man. They were top of the league. during the month of August. A couple of months later, now they're fucking ninth, but they have got Antonio Conte in there. Crystal Palace are doing okay. 3 draws, 2 wins. That's helping them nicely. But Everton are doing quite poorly. They haven't won in ages, fucking ages. Leicester City, they're kind of like they had a bit of a rejuvenation, but they've kind of slumped a bit again.
But you look at United's form there. They've only lost 1 of the last 5. I mean, they've won 1 of the last 5.
Who, Man United?
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah, Man United. You've got 1 win out of 5 games. It's shit. It's hard to believe that you're fucking 17th. You're hard to believe that you're 6th. Sorry, with 17 points. With that in your last 5. I mean, Ole's lucky that you did all right at the beginning of the season, but
scroll down a bit because I want to see if there's any teams that are like better than that who are in this like sort of the bottom of the league. Sort of.
Well, Southampton. Look at Southampton.
Look at Leeds. They've won 2. They've lost 1, and that's the last 5. So they've got a better. Villa have lost all theirs, so let's not even compare that. Watford have won 1 of the last 4. That's not comparable.
Well, look, this is the funny thing. Look, Southampton are not doing too great, and Southampton are finally starting to win games now, and then they're jumping up the league. Brentford have lost their last 4 games, dude. That's bad. You know what I mean? They're dropping down the league.
Well, I mean,
Leeds
Villa have lost all 5 of theirs and just sat there. Mate.
Yeah. Have they sacked their manager?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll get to that in a second. I never knew about that. Sorry. Leeds. God, my nose, man. Why is my nose itching me so much? Leeds have lost. Leeds drew today. They've got a bit of a mixed bag of results there. But Aston Villa, 5 losses in a row. I mean, honestly, they are really, really doing poorly at the moment. Watford. I thought Watford were doing all right under Ranieri, but not with those results. That's 1 win in 5. Not
Billy
too great.
Not too bad for themselves. They've looked like they've drew quite a lot, but they won 1.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, look, that result against Chelsea was good, but I just want to see what Burnley are like before the Christmas games come up. We'll see, and then I'll give them a bit more of a judgment. Newcastle, the only team not to have won a game this season. Mate, I really want Newcastle to get relegated so fucking badly. I really do. I want Newcastle to go down with those Saudi fucking owners and be the richest club in the world not to be in the fucking Premier League or in the top flight division. That will be beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Newcastle fans, I do not agree with him, by the way. Just send your hatred this way. Because the thing is that Newcastle have been so bad, and they've been like a yo-yo team for a lot of it until Steve Bruce actually got there and actually made them pretty decent at staying up. But then they got rid of him, and now they can't even decide who their manager's going to be.
They can't get a manager at the moment,
Yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be your former manager, but then he decided no.
What's his name? Gary something? Eddie Howe. Sorry, Eddie Howe is going to be arguably the new manager of Newcastle. He's got his work cut out for him. But if you can get them if you can just keep them in the Premier League this season, then Newcastle can start really spending. But they need to look. Newcastle have to win 3 fucking games to get out of this position they're in right now. 3 games, because they win 2, they're on 9 points. Watford's on 10. They're still not going. They're still not out. They're still in the fucking relegation zone. They need to win 3 and hope Watford and Aston Villa and possibly Leeds don't get any fucking points. And even then, they're going. I think the goal differences means that they won't get surpassed Leeds. I mean, Norwich is still down, by the way.
Well, it looks like my prediction of them having less points than Sunderland is not going to be on point. Because it looks like Norwich are probably going to actually get more points than them because I think it was like they had something like 11. I think Sunderland back in the day, but yeah. So look at this. So Mohamed Salah's got 5. That's not really a surprise. Vardy having 7. That's not a surprise. Antonio is having a pretty decent season for him. Rapina, whoever he is, he's having.
No, Rafinha. This guy thinks a fucking right back. You know what I mean? I don't think he's not even a fucking striker, and he's got 5. He's banged in 5. Paul Pogba's still on the assist tally. And who says Mohamed Salah's a selfish player? Look at that, 6 assists. Jesus.
So he's second in assists and first in goals. I think he might be the best player in the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah.
Yellow card.
Sambi Lokonga's got fucking 4 yellows. I never knew that. Luke Shaw's got 4 as well. A lot of 4 yellows there. Red cards. Just ones across the board. Quite a few though.
There's no Robbie Savages or anybody like that. He's like got something like 20 or something like that.
Roy Keane had a few in this time. So let's have a look. There's no football for a while, mate, because we're on the international break now. Okay. So next time we talk about this week in football, we'll be talking about England, the team me and Bossman both support. But until that happens, what we're going to be seeing after the international break is this: Leicester City versus Chelsea. Now, I really want Leicester City to do the fucking job on Chelsea here.
So do I.
Come on, Leicester, you can do it. Newcastle versus Brentford. Brentford have been in poor form recently. If Newcastle need that win, this is the team to do it against, in my opinion.
Oh, you can't be kidding me. Sorry.
You think Newcastle will beat Brentford?
No, I saw something on Facebook we'll have to talk about in a minute.
Okay. Burnley versus Crystal Palace. This is a long... Crystal Palace are travelling very far to get to this match. You never know, but Crystal Palace are in decent form. But you just never know how this will turn out. Aston Villa versus Brighton. Brighton's form has been okay. Not the best. They haven't had a win in ages. Aston Villa needs a win. They haven't won in ages. They haven't even drawn. It could go either way. I think this might be a draw, but you never know. I'll have a look at that in a sec. Watford versus Maine United. Now, honestly, we found them a bit hard to beat the other day. Today. But Man United should be coming down to Watford and hoping for 3 points, without a doubt. Wolves versus West Ham. I expect West Ham to win this, even though Wolves have been doing okay this season somehow. Totally passed me by how well they've been doing this season. But they're going to be a bit of an enigma this season. People won't realise much about Wolves. They're going to be kind of lost in the mix. But I expect West Ham to get a victory. Norwood City versus Southampton. Southampton have been rejuvenated. I expect Southampton, regardless of Norwich City winning, you have blue moon occasions, blue moon moments. Don't mean shit. I expect Southampton to get a win. Liverpool versus Arsenal. Oh, man. Our recent history against Liverpool is so bad. This is the biggest game of the week, in my opinion. And we've done so well. We lost 3 games at the beginning of the season, and we've clawed back since those 3 games, and we've not conceded many goals. We've won lots of games, drawn a couple, won lots. This game, losing to Liverpool. Oh, I would not be happy. I really don't want to. I want us to beat Liverpool so fucking badly, but whether we do or not is another matter. I rather Tavares, he plays against Mohamed Salah than Kieran Tierney, but Kieran Tierney got absolutely destroyed against Mohamed Salah in the game against him last season. I don't want that to happen again. I'm not looking forward to this game. We've been doing so well, and I feel this game's going to set us back. I can't see us winning, to tell you the truth, but I hope we do. Fingers crossed. Man City versus Everton. Everton are doing really shit. I expect Man City to win this. Tottenham versus Leeds. I expect Tottenham to win this game. I think this is the perfect game for Antonio Conte to put a marker down in the Premier League as the new Spurs manager. But okay, let me have a quick look at what you sent me, mate. What the hell? No, this is a joke. This is a joke.
Apparently not.
Brendan Rodgers has agreed to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Man United manager.
Why do you think I went, oh, fucking hell?
Let's share this.
You have to do it because last time I did that,
no problem. Let's share this. Fucking hillbilly scum. Who are hillbilly scum? Photo. Who are hillbilly scum? Oh man, this is like The Onion. Look at this. Brendan Rodgers has agreed to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Man United manager. Let's read the article. Brendan Rodgers has reportedly verbally agreed to become Manchester United's new manager. Solskjaer's position at United has been extremely precarious in recent weeks. There was much speculation about his future at the club following the club's humiliating 5-0 defeat to Liverpool last month. Solskjaer survived, but speculation has increased once again following their convincing 2-0 loss to Man City on Sunday afternoon. And now court offside are claiming that Rodgers has verbally agreed to replace Solskjaer. There are still hurdles to overcome before a deal is completed, however. The reports claim United went to hire Rodgers now, but his preference is to wait until the end of the campaign. Discussions are said to be continuing to try and come to an agreement. A source close to the deal told Court Offside, Brendan Rodgers to Manchester United, he's agreed it. There's just question marks over when he'll take over. That could be at the end of the season, which he would prefer, but United are pushing for now. Rodgers is one of the best managers in the Premier League. He's had success with Liverpool. Celtic is now doing a remarkable job at Leicester City. He ain't won fuck all in the Premier League, just so people know. He's guided the Foxes to an FA Cup. Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot. He did win that. FA Cup triumph that has made them a perennial top 4 contenders. The report comes just a week after Rodgers outlined his commitment to Leicester. I don't even think about it. My future, that's the brutal honesty, he said per Manchester Evening News. I'm sure the supporters are probably tired of it. At Leicester, there's always a link. My focus is always here with Leicester and developing the football club on that next level, where you're competing for European football and challenging for honours. Everyone here at the club, from the chief executive to director of football, staff, players, we're all very much on the same path, same vision. I don't know. Let's see if what Twitter is saying on that, by the way.
Well, the guy I want is the guy who's the manager of Ajax. Because he came very dangerously close to getting that really shit team into the Champions League final. He's the guy I want, because he'd be able to get that flaming bunch of crap into some sort of state. You know, like, he reminds me a lot of Fergie in a little way, that he will get the best out of a really shit team.
Well, this story has got some legs to it.
I hope not, because Brendan Rodgers, you know, he's a mid-table manager. That's what he's best at. He's a bit like
for me, Brendan Rodgers, like, he runs out of gas at the final hurdles of the season, which is why Liverpool never achieved anything under him. You know, and Leicester City, even though they won the FA Cup, they failed to qualify for the Champions League under him. I can see similar things happening. Okay, Brendan Rodgers verbally agrees to Manchester United job with Ole Solskjaer set for the sack. What else do we have here? According to Sun Sport, former Real Madrid boss Zinedine Zidane, former Italian boss Antonio Conte, Leicester City boss Rodgers, England boss Gareth Southgate, and Ajax boss Erik ten Hag are being considered by Manchester United FC. But that was ages ago. Let's look at latest. United View. Okay, Brendan Rodgers is not good enough. He won one FA Cup at English football. He isn't a top manager. I want a proper tactician manager, a manager with a proper plan and style of play and someone who will assert themselves on the club. Time for mediocre managers is over. Manchester United. Oh, this is in Spanish or whatever language it may be. No, Italian, I think. Not sure how I feel about these rumors that Brendan Rodgers is going to be the guy to replace Ole. He's a good manager, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel he's the guy. Obviously, an improvement on Ole, who isn't, but not enough for Manchester United, I fear. A lot of people going on with this. You know, it's a rumor that is definitely speculate. Dudu's circle, and it's becoming a bit more than speculation. Interesting. I just want to show you something as well. My nose is itching so much I can't stop scratching it right now. Okay. It was regarding the offside rule. Now, here's the picture. This is offside, and this is what I've been trying to explain to people. Look where Aubameyang is. Yeah, the last man is the goalkeeper now. The defender is basically like the goalkeeper. So when the ball is played to Bukayo Saka, he's in front of 10 of the opposing players when the ball is passed to him, making him offside. And I've had to explain this. To Arsenal fans because they're really pissing me off not knowing the fucking offside rule. You understand what's going on here, Bossman?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, because he's the last man, so he's offside.
Exactly. If you're in front of, 10 of the opposing players, which he is, yeah, then when the ball is passed him by Aubameyang, and the fact that Aubameyang passed it and didn't volley it in is unbelievable. Yeah, but as soon as I saw the replay for this goal, I instantly thought to myself, shit, this is offside. And then people having to explain this because people look. I try to explain it to people who don't understand. Imagine the goalkeeper is where this defender is.
Yeah.
And the defender now is where the goalkeeper is.
Yeah.
It would be offside and people wouldn't fucking argue about it. The same rules applies even though the other way around because you're in front of the fucking penultimate man, or in this case, the last man. The defender is now the goalkeeper in this particular sense. Yeah, you're in front of 10 of the opposing players. You are off fucking side. It's so obvious. And I've been ripping on so many stupid Arsenal fans who don't understand the fucking rules. And it really gets me angry that they don't understand the fucking rules. You call yourself football fans. You go on about how the referee doesn't know what he's doing and this, that, and the other. You get on your high horse about certain things, and yet you don't know the offside fucking rule. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. You can tell this is offside, yeah? Everyone can tell. I know it's offside. I'm a fucking Arsenal fan. I'm not being biased. I know it's fucking offside. A lot of Arsenal fans don't, and they're going to me, explain to me how this is offside. Mate, if you don't fucking know, you're a fucking idiot. It's as simple as that. But anyways, I just thought I'd end on that. And we'll quickly have a look at who we're playing on the England games.
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. England games. Okay, let me share this. All right. So with the international break coming up, we'll be supporting our other team, which is the national team. England versus Albania. That should be a fucking win, as far as I'm concerned.
Yep.
That's on Friday, November the 12th. Damn, man. Wembley's going to be well busy that evening. And I'm a cab driver, so I'm going to notice that. I expect... Look, Albania haven't been doing too badly, England
should win that.
Man, I expect whoever we play, even Poland, and I know we've drawn with Poland, we've drawn with Hungary, But Poland, Hungary, Andorra, England, Albania, San Marino, whoever the fuck we play in this group, I expect us to win home or away. We have the much better team. San Marino versus England as well. San Marino have always been whipping boys in the qualifiers. I expect England to fucking win that. And then that is it. Shit, my fucking power's gone off. Let's have a quick look at the group. Where's England's group? Actually, let's have a look at some of these other groups. I think Serbia and Portugal are going to qualify quite easily. They've got nothing to worry about regarding everyone else. Spain and Sweden look like they're going to qualify. Italy and Switzerland are going to qualify. Too bad, Northern Ireland. Wow, France. Oh, it's a bit of a tight one between Ukraine, Finland, and Bosnia. I can never say the word. Herzegovina. It's a tight one there. I mean, look, they're on 6 games as well, and Ukraine have played 7.
Yeah.
So it's a tight one, But even in France themselves, like they're not fully away. Like they're on 12 points. It's a tough group, Group D. I expect France still to qualify. Wow, this is a tough group. Look at Wales are still in it, man. Wales are still in, and they got a game in hand. They can qualify.
Yeah. Well, Belgium are running away with that.
Yeah. Well, they got a 5-point lead.
Oh, not as much as bloody Denmark are running away with their group. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
8 from 8.
Denmark have got a nice 7-point lead.
I think Scotland could qualify from that.
I hope Scotland do. I think so.
So I think it's something because how many games in the left is what, like at least 1 for those guys. So if they win that one, they should qualify easily.
Oh, I think the Group F is done.
No, they've got 1 more.
Oh yeah, so they've got 2 more.
Yeah, no, because they've got to play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, they've got to play. They've got to play each other at least twice.
Yeah, so you play 10 games. So it's 10. You play 5 teams. You play them twice. That's 10 games. So you have 2 more games.
Yeah.
So the other groups are shorter, smaller. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it makes sense.
Russia.
Yeah, Russia and Croatia got this. Slovakia,
Slovakia with Latvia and Croatia totally tanked.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They'll be on 16.
Right, so
Croatia,
England 20 points, and they've got 2 games left. So if they win both of those, they should do fine. Again, as long as they don't draw and lose one, they'll do all right. And Poland don't. I
think we can afford to draw a game, dude. If we draw against, like, for argument's sake, if we draw against, and we have to win. Don't get me wrong. Winning it goes without saying. But if we win against Albania, then we're good. It doesn't matter what happens against San Marino.
We'll walk against them. Look at that. 30 minus 31. That's ridiculous.
No point. San Marino is a guaranteed 3 points, as far as I'm concerned. Guaranteed 3 points. Albania is not a walkover.
Teams of all time. I mean, they've got to be in that conversation.
International teams, yeah.
Yeah. They've got to be up
there. Who's the Albanian team? I'm just curious, like Albania, like.
I don't think they've got any players we would have heard of. That I know of. It's not like when they've got like one really, really good player and the rest is shit. It's not like Portugal.
Well, look, they've got this guy. He plays for Chelsea. Is he? Oh, on loan from Chelsea. Okay. Oh, this is Granit Xhaka's brother, Taulant Xhaka. It's funny because Granit Xhaka plays for Switzerland, and his brother plays for Albania.
Okay.
This guy I know. This guy seems familiar.
Plays for
Lazio.
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody stands out though as a recognizable name. Maybe this guy.
Lord.
Oh, he plays for. Oh yeah, look, he plays for a Hungarian club. Okay. This guy looks like he's Inter Milan, isn't he?
Yeah. He's
No, yeah.
he's on loan from Barcelona. No, the main guy looks like he represents Chelsea. He plays for Chelsea.
Yeah, but he's on loan.
Armando.
He played for Nevertheless, looks like an interesting lineup for Albania, but I expect us to beat them. And even if we worst case scenario, if we lost against them, we still have to play San Marino, and there's no chance we're losing against them. You know, we should have this group in the bag. We should have had this group in the bag a long time ago, but Hungary and Poland made it different. Decided to put a spanner in the works. We should have beaten Hungary at home. We didn't. But their fans being disruptive obviously played its part. I'm getting a bit concerned with Southgate now. Like, I never looked at Southgate as the type of guy to have his favourites, but he does seem to be kind of stubborn on certain players. Like, look at where Everton are in the league at the moment. Jordan Pickford shouldn't be picked for England because, the problem is sometimes with the national team is people treat it like the managers treat it like a club team, if you know what I mean. Like, okay, these guys are all used to playing together for England. Let's keep it like that. So Harry Maguire's going to come in. He shouldn't fucking come in. Harry Maguire's been awful, absolutely awful. But I do think that Harry Maguire is a different player for England. I always thought he plays very well for England. But for Man United, he's been shit. Who else? Let's pull up the fucking Man United. Let's have a quick look at the England team. So Jack Grealish, I think, has been very, very shit since he's joined Manchester City. I think he's almost been found wanting a little bit since he's joined Manchester City. I don't think he's been that good. But Bukayo Saka, I don't think he's been that good recently for Arsenal. Yeah. He's been okay. Not shit, but he hasn't been outstanding. Harry Kane's been shit. There's no ifs or buts. He's been fucking awful.
But he's England captain, so there's no way he doesn't get paid.
No, but that's the thing. You can't be shoehorned in because you're fucking England captain, dude. You know what I mean? These are the things that's going to ruin us as a national team, dude. England.
Well, we pick reputation rather than the form.
Yeah, I want form. I mean, like, this is the England team. Like, if you're on good form, you play for England, and whoever is the most experienced player or the most influential player becomes captain. Mason Mount's been doing excellent for Chelsea. He deserves to be there. Phil Foden has picked up good form. He's doing very well for Manchester City. He deserves to be there. Jordan Sancho has been dropped, by the way. He's not in the squad.
Yeah, well, he doesn't really play it, but he does. He plays about position. So what you expect Gareth to do? He's not going to play it. But I wish that he did the same to Harry Kane because, like, the fact is that Jadon Sancho isn't on form at the moment, and he's doing the right thing and not playing it.
So I thought that picture of Calvin Phillips was the Swedish kit. I just realised it's the Leeds kit. Jesse Lingard, he's no longer there. Marcus Rashford, he's been okay for Man United. Raheem Sterling has been a bit anonymous for Manchester City. He's kind of in there for reputation. Calvin Phillips, I don't really know about how good Calvin Phillips has been playing for Leeds because Leeds themselves are being shit. Here's a guy who definitely deserves to be there without a doubt is Declan Rice. Everyone's waxing lyrical for Declan Rice. And you know what? I think Declan Rice won't be at West Ham next season. I
reckon he'll go to City or he'll go to United. That's what, and I hope we get it because the thing is that he'd put a shift in, whereas Paul Pogba will go disappearing for a flaming. Whereas he won't. He'll play a full shift for you. He's the sort of guy you. It's a bit like Ragnar Carrick. You don't notice he's gone until he's not there.
I agree.
Do you know who he reminds me of? And I know you're going to start laughing at me. He reminds me a lot of Ji-sung Park in that you don't recognise what he does until he's not there. Like, I remember, like, there's a story that came up recently that, like, that Alex Ferguson told Jason Park to mark Andre Pirlo for the entire game, like of when we played Inter Milan, like I think about 10 years ago now. I basically he marked him out of the game. He literally like every time we get a ball, Jason Park would be in his grill.
What's the name of that Scottish player you had as well in midfield?
Fletcher.
Defensive. Yeah, Darren Fletcher. Another one too. Like these are underrated Man United players who are part of the machine of making what made Ferguson's Man United great. But I would say nowadays where people like I would say Declan. I still think Declan Rice is better in my opinion. He just stands out more, and he's got goals in his game as well. Harry Maguire. Here's a guy who's on reputation, not on form. But he does play well for England there. There's not much more to say. Now, here's another play Man United could do with is Jude Bellingham. This guy's fucking brilliant. Yeah. The more I see of him, the more I'm impressed of him. He's a really mature young player. To play the defensive midfield role and be like a 17-year-old, 18-year-old, coming into that position. He played for Borussia Dortmund.
So he's but getting to like Sancho, where his game was a German game. Like, does he? The thing is that I wouldn't know Jadon Sancho's game since the England game because I never fucking see it. Hardly.
Yeah, and I blame Solskjaer for that, for not utilizing his players well and being so fucking defensive. Patrick Bamford, this guy doesn't need it to deserve a
do you know who I'd get in? Vardy. He's been on form.
But Vardy's retired. He's announced that. That's the problem. Jordan Pickford. He deserves to be there on merit, I guess. But then I'm going against what I'm saying. Everton have been shipping in goals. He's been the goalkeeper for that. But he is England's number one, and I don't know how I feel about that. You see, these are the problems now. Like Harry Kane, Harry Maguire, Jordan Pickford, like they are, cornerstones of Gareth Southgate's team. Yet they're being shit for their clubs. They really have been. Trent Alexander-Arnold.
So do you think that what Gareth should do is totally stop playing the guys who aren't playing for them and start playing guys who are? Because that's what I would do if I was him.
I would do that, but like I said, they unfortunately for international teams, especially under a particular manager, it always becomes like a club team eventually because they pick the same fucking guys, and because they want the cohesiveness. That's how I look at it. Trent Alexander-Arnold, he deserves to be there. Sam Johnston, who's he played for now? Is he still playing for West Brom?
Yeah,
he's a really good goalkeeper, by the way.
He's really. How old is he? He's about what
28.
So he's not that old.
28. He's a really good fucking goalkeeper, but I haven't been following West Brom, so I don't know what they're like. Luke Shaw, I think his form has kind of dipped since he was really good in the Euros. One of the best players for England, but his form has dipped for Man United, in my opinion. John Stones, on the other hand, I think he's been brilliant for Manchester City whenever he's played.
Yeah, he's always really, really good for England when he plays.
Yeah, like the game against Hungary, by the way, he was our best player without a doubt. He scored the goal for us. He was our best player as well. Excellent. Tammy Abraham, he's doing all right for Roma, but and he's doing okay for England too. So yeah, he deserves to be there. Mason Greenwood, you can explain that one to me. I'm not sure if he deserves to be there or not.
He's got a lot of pace, and he can finish when he's given the ball. It's just like he's not giving the ball for England. That's the problem.
Tyrone Mings, well, look, Aston Villa have been fucking awful, and they've been conceding goals left, right, and centre. And if people like Jadon Sancho are not in the England team, Tyrone Mings doesn't deserve to be in the fucking England team either. He's been shit.
Absolutely not.
Aaron Ramsdale deserves to be. I say this with no bias because you saw how I spoke about Bukayo Saka. Aaron Ramsdale deserves to be England's number one. He has been superb for Arsenal since he's become our goalkeeper. Very, very good. I highly recommend this guy. He's a leader as well, and he's got charisma. I'm liking this young man already. Ben Chilwell, yeah, he deserves to be there. He's banging in goals as a fucking defender, for fuck's sake. Jordan Henderson deserves to be there. He's a leader as well. He's been superb for Liverpool. Kyle Walker deserves to be there. I don't know about Kieran Trippier. He still play for Atletico Madrid.
I think so.
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah, he's playing for Atletico Madrid.
He does pretty well for them, actually.
Yeah, fair enough. Fiaco Tomura, I don't know this guy. Who the hell is he?
I think he plays for Tottenham, does he? I know he plays for Serie A.
No, this is Derby.
Milan. He plays for Milan.
I play for England. Oh, wow.
So he plays for Milan, but he was born in Canada. How old is he?
Oh, yeah. How old is he? 1 second. Oh, wrong way. 23.
Right, so we could basically he plays for AC Milan, and he should be playing for England. If he's playing for one of the top teams in Jesus Christ! Sorry, I'd say. See, for ages we complained about our players never go out anywhere else, and now they're doing that, and they're getting kicked in the ass for it. That's one guy who should be nowhere near the England setup, but that's Dele Alli. That guy has been terrible.
He's not in the England team. These are like players who play. We're coming across like the rest of the bunch now. Like Ben White, I think he should have been called up personally. He's doing quite well for Arsenal recently. He hasn't been called up. Connor Cody, I'm not sure if he has been. Reece James definitely deserves to be called up. He's a very good right back. James Ward-Prowse, he's usually a utility midfielder who gets shoehorned in if we're a bit short. Ollie Watkins, I don't know how well is he doing. Neither with Don Calvert-Lewin. I don't know how well they're doing for their clubs respectively because their clubs are not winning at the moment. Dele Alli's got no chance. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, no chance. Nick Pope, no chance. Danny Ings, I don't think that he's doing too badly, but I don't think he's scoring goals either for Villa. Ross Barkley, he's kind of become a bit of a forgotten man at Chelsea. Dean Henderson, forgotten man at Man United. Jay Madison, I think he's been quite average. He's had some good games for Leicester, but I don't think he's in the England team. Danny Rose is not in the England team. Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think he stopped being part of the England team because of all the racism. I think he said he was going to join Ghana. Callum Wilson, no, like, mate, you're playing for Newcastle and you're not doing good enough. Eric Dyer, never again. Michael Keane, I don't think he's good enough. He's just not good enough. Jack Butland, oh my God, he's a forgotten man. Big time. What happened to him? James Tarkowski, I don't know who the fuck is he. Ben Godfrey, Tom Heaton, and Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes was doing okay for Leicester, but no, he's a kind of forgotten man for England too. But yeah, this is our England team. I don't think we've got enough good strikers in our team, by the way. I think we're kind of short on form strikers. We've got none. I mean, I think like defensively we're decent. Goalkeepers we're okay. Midfield we're excellent. Wide players were excellent. I just don't think we've got. I just don't think we've got decent strikers at the moment. On form strikers. You know, Harry Maguire's not on form. Marcus Rashford has just come back. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin and, you know, Ollie Watkins. I mean, you can tell Southgate doesn't trust them. Tammy Abrahams is doing okay, but he's still yet to really prove himself consistently for England. You know, that's what concerns me, but we should cross this hurdle. Eventually. So, yeah, that is this week in football, and this is what's coming up next week in football. The England team. Come on, England. Fucking cross. Beat the fucking Albanians. Beat the fucking Samarinians. And make us go to this World Cup and not have to worry about international football until next year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then, mate. Well, by the way, Bossman, before we wrap this up, I just want to say that thank you very much. We did a video about this, which will be coming out tomorrow. But thank you very much, Bossman, because you have been a massive contributor to this channel, and we have hit 1,000 subscribers. Isn't that amazing?
It's awesome. And yeah, thank you to everyone who watches us. You'd be again, and trust me, like especially if you watch me do my Raw rants, behind the scenes, like I told these when I said that I'd do it, there was a lot of like, oh, would you stick to it? But I have stuck to it despite how bad the program is. But
yeah, it's been bad, but yeah, you have stuck to it. I agree with you there. I don't watch wrestling anymore, as you know, but I give you credit for still watching it and making the most of it, dude. You are without doubt a fucking trooper, and we have more videos to come here on NerdTube. We are I'm just so happy with where we've got so far as a channel, mate. Like we've outdone ourselves, and we've grinded away. We're constantly getting new subscribers all the fucking time. We're on 1,022 now. It's just so nice that we've crossed that hurdle of 1,000 subscribers. Obviously, the next one will be. I don't want to make a big deal until we get to 10,000 now, and after that, then I want 50,000, then I want 100,000. If we can ever get to that, but we're
yeah. I think our niche is reviewing fan films. If you really want my personal thoughts on it,
fan films without a doubt. Fan films is like I was telling Ginger and Cheeto the other day that when we did a fan film reaction to the Star Wars Origins fan film, which is an awful fan film set on Earth about Star Wars on Earth. You know what I mean? But it had Jamie Costa, the guy who plays Robin Williams in that. But this fan film was set on Earth, and we ripped that fucking fan film a new fucking asshole. I don't know, like we tore that fan film apart. But then we got some feedback from some of the people who liked the fan film or who made the fan film, and they were kind of offended that we were so negative towards that fan film. But lo and behold, it kind of got us. We got a reaction out of that, and we got some notoriety out of that. People noticed us because of that, because we shat on something that everyone seemed to have loved. This fan film was fucking endorsed by fucking Mark Hamill, for fuck's sake. But nevertheless, we shat on this movie because we fucking hated it. The concept was so stupid. You're setting a Star Wars fan film on Earth. Nevertheless, doing Menard 2 as well, some of the stuff with Vance as well. Some of our negativity kind of got us our notoriety, but we're trying to be a bit more nicer now, and not just shit on things for the sake of it. But nevertheless,
I think the things we really truly hate are the stuff that is the really really bad stuff. Because I think that when we first started, we didn't know how bad we didn't know how far down the rabbit hole of badness we were going to go. Because because I think you guys have thought it was going to be Bernard 2. Nor did we foresee Acid Trek, which I could still consider the worst bad film we've watched so far.
That was number one in our list, mate. That was number one in our list of the shittest fan films we have ever seen.
It's the worst thing I've ever seen, anyway.
Yeah, and I ripped that guy. I ripped that guy in you also. Like I told him he was a con artist. Like what you're making is not a fan film. What you're making is a collage. Like you are grabbing other elements. Remember we saw Crocodile Dundee. We saw Star Wars. It's this Star Wars and a Star Trek fan film. He's taking snippets, all these little snippets, comic book strips. He's using fucking news footage from yesteryear, and he's putting it all together, intertwining it all together to make some bullshit that that doesn't deserve to be on screen. And then he gets 12,000 fucking views for that shit. I couldn't believe it. The guy's a con artist, and he's obviously conned a lot of people to watch his bollocks, possibly appreciate his bollocks, and to get fucking subscribers for his bollocks. It's unbelievable. Like, he's got thousands of subscribers for making stupidity, You know, for making something that is not even considered a fan film. You know, I mean, to call it a fan film is an insult to fan films. It's an insult to some of the stuff we have seen because people have put a lot of effort and work into that shit.
Even if it's stuff even if it's stuff we don't like.
Yeah,
you know,
like
we can appreciate we can appreciate the care and the passion for it. Whereas that I don't think I don't think we really.
Say.
Yeah, you're right, Brett. Say, yeah, because with that, I mean, like, you know, if there was passion behind it, I could, because again, I have seen it before where people will try and like do Star Trek versus Star Wars. You'll have the players. I think I mentioned this on the. I have seen that, and I've seen it better done than that. Whereas that just seems to be like Mad Libs of taking stuff off. It's just ridiculously bad. And actually,
Yeah, exactly.
I think you missed something. I think that you missed out that flaming Wolverine film. That Wolverine film was terrible.
It just came a little bit late in the list, and maybe next year we'll put it up there. But it never got like we did a bottom 5, and we felt there were shittier films than that one, you know. And the reason why, for argument's sake, like the Star Wars Origin wasn't like, even though it was in our bottom 5, it wasn't number 1 of our bottom 5, is because it had a massive amount of people in it. It had some sort of budget to it, location, everything. You know, the concept was stupid, but there was something to it. What the Acid Man did was an absolute joke. There was nothing to his stuff. I absolutely despise it. I watched his interview with Vance's interview with him on the Pizza Roll Diaries, and my blood was boiling listening to this fucking con artist, because he's full of shit and he's a fucking con artist. And I fucking hate the guy. I've never spoken to him, but after seeing the interview he did and watching his work, I despise the man. But nevertheless, that doesn't matter now. We're on 1,000 subscribers. We're fucking moving up in the fucking world, man. And I want to thank everyone who subscribed to us. You've made our work worthwhile, and we can't wait to provide you guys with more fucking work. You'll be seeing our 1,000 subscriber video, a proper one, tomorrow on NerdTube, and as well as other stuff as well. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe to NerdTube. We are the greatest YouTube channel you never fucking heard of. Anything more to say, Bossman?
No, just United. You need to say it wrong because you've lost 4 at your last 5.
Yeah, United. Don't turn it around. Ole at the wheel. I hope you don't sack him, by the way. Ole at the wheel. Well, Brendan Rodgers, mate. a lot of Man United fans won't take that just because he used to manage Liverpool. But if he was a successful manager at Liverpool, they would have taken him. But because he was an average manager at Liverpool, they probably won't. But that's another story. Let's just see what happens. Keep on using our nose to the grindstone, so to speak. And I hope I got that phrase right. But nevertheless, thank you very much for watching NerdTube. We're the greatest YouTube channel you never fucking heard of. We will see you cunts later. Bye-bye.